back like a subgenius to this. I know it's been a while since I've done this. A while. You gotta understand that I'm dealing a lot with tech burnout, also including the security burnout. So, big Hackware hack like a subgenius. This is where I normally would how to hack from a Slackware Linux to Slackware Linux, and it's a lot easier than you think it is. Um, Plus, it makes it look better in my eyes, and to some people that actually understand. This is not today. Today I'm going to talk about Defcon. Defcon, I didn't want to go because I wanted to focus on COVID. And mainly because I'm really tired. I'm getting older. I'm getting tired of chasing things that are. Yeah, I tried so much. So, long story short, in my book, that biggest hackware, I actually understand why. A lot of trouble, a lot of stuff like that. I was a CISO for a company. They treated me really bad. Um, Never got paid to do all that stuff. It's been a whole shenanigans kind of thing. So, long story short, I I decided that if I was gonna go, I'm gonna need help. Somebody had like an extra ticket or something. I have to go, or if I volunteer, maybe they'll have an extra ticket. Then I'll go. It's $600 is very. I don't care where you're from. I know $600 very. And so so and then again, I can't go by myself because nephew wanted to go sometime too. I was trying to work a way to where I can get two. I had one person on Mastodon who actually blew me off like an asshole, and then I get an offer from Rican Red Team Village, one I volunteered for. Because I was actually going to let them know that I'm not going to volunteer because I decided not to. But no, they actually offered for a thing too. I'm like, cool. Let's see if I can collect these two. Then I can bring my nephew. Then I don't have to go all by myself, kind of thing. Long story short, that didn't happen. I lost the whole day of Thursday. Thursday was basically your pre-con, pre-Defcon. So I was blown off. Um, Dude was offering me something and, wanted to see if I can meet up with him. Cool. Awesome. Pick up the ticket. So, yeah, so that didn't happen. So Friday, I went down and I got 600 that I don't really have to spend. I'll have to figure that one out later because that's going to really hurt. It hasn't already. Um, but yeah, did go. There's my badge. Very cool. There's a flaw. The flaw is actually I don't know who's the genius mind to use these kind of things and not like Rivet or something. Yeah, I don't know whose genius this was. Technically, you have to bring it back in. There's like no locking or anything kind of thing. Being from the mechanical thing that I've been doing a lot with to begin with. So, but it's actually standard one. So, there was actually a badge thing wrong with it. I wasn't really into the mood of actually doing any hacking or anything. So I just wanted to go. I figured if I was gonna go, then I might as well make some use of it. So I tried to volunteer, kept up my promise of volunteering, tried to kill it. And I don't know how to really put I I was even though I was a little late because badge. I had to get my badge. A lot of I had to figure out how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna park, how I'm gonna freaking show up, how I'm gonna do everything I needed to do. Right in morning. And I'm like trying to give out communication, trying to let them know I'm gonna be a little late. Hey, I am going to be a little late, whatnot. And when I showed up, kind of like blown around and totally ignored. Don't even care that I exist. They just sit down and like say, cool. And that was it. And they did it again at lunchtime, right when I had the paper badge before I got at lunchtime. They got these in. So I ended up going to get this. And after that, I came back, check in. They didn't even let me check in. They're like, yeah, just go stand around and do stuff. And what's the point of volunteering? You're just gonna have me walk around doing it. So I kind of gave that up pretty quick. I didn't really wanted to volunteer because I didn't want to go to Defcon. So did a few things here and there. I did a lot of all these stickers. I decided about oh, oh bag was full. And what was in this bag was my stickers. Or biggest hack right up front. Bit of Vegas where all cool stuff. Had it all there. Advertising. Something I've never done. So since these are stickers, giant sticker roll, like 3 of them on prem. I basically spammed a lot of them on those. Plus, I get to place these all around, and people are grabbing them like part of other stickers. And in some ways, I'm glad I did go because I got to meet our Diaries guy. We can run. I mean, Jack, right? Jack? Yeah, Jack. I'm just gonna call him Jack. I can't pronounce. On top of that, I was lucky enough to stand in line, which is by him as well. Uh, this one is actually about Jeremy Mark episodes. Very fun to listen to. Very unique. Very cool. So yeah, I did all that. I went around, did things. I'm currently working on a video game with my nephew. We're like still in production of um, building ideas, and yeah, this card game called Backdoors. Really cool to show that there is an actual market for such said thing. Yeah, we're developing something really simple and go to hopefully we can pull it off. Trying to get him to focus because he wants to build a video game. So do I. Came up with an idea, and it's going to be cybersecurity related. It's going to be really good and relatable in a way, but it's going to be a video game, not a card. But if it actually takes off, I might actually make a card game to go along with it. So we got all that, and alright. So if you haven't noticed, the book is a lot thicker than it used to be. I've been going to Defcon since BC8, and That's my tags. That's one point on me. There used to have been a closet. That closet caught on fire 6 years ago. I was able to rescue out of the 20 something freaking badges I had. Another badge. T9. Barely even works. Like a blood bag. Really cool. Human. PCA badge. And I think it was like, well, I forgot. But apparently, I must have the only one in existence that has been used at DC shoot. Apparently, I guess everybody shot theirs. So that's currently what I have. It's kind of a mess. All these ones right here all took place at Alexa Park. So this is a different location. Maybe. I don't remember. No, it was a while. It might have been Alexa Park too. Yeah, might have been when. Here I was. Badges. Actually, well, that's what I have left. But other than ones that I have for the past year, and technically, so many badges. Insane. And now this gets to go along with that. These two to go with them. As memories, you know. Oh, but yeah, there's that. Now, let's see. Um, there's a lot of communities happening. A lot of. I was actually just fine this year, just watching the whole Defcon at DCTV area because I don't know. Anyways, but I got to go around. I got to check out a lot of villages. Um, let's see. To the page real quick, and I'm gonna point out something that Retrotech Village was Retrotech Community. Sorry, really too bad they didn't have any Sun Microsystems. It was a nice setup with what they had. They had a picture of old school Mac, old school PCs. Especially, it brought up a lot of memories of me repairing the Dell laptops we had. It was yeah, fun times. There's only Hackers Club. For some reason I can't ever find that club when I'm there. But I am movie nights. Last time I had movie nights with Defcon at Defcon was back when they debuted the technically a movie called Takedown. It's a really bad interpretation of Kevin Mitnick's story. Yes, here it is. This is what stings the most. And, right, is that whole PC 702 meetup. That's not mine. Mine, even though mine started in 2014, I made a huge big thing about it. And that's what stings. I just don't want to stretch it. Basically, I got bullied and pushed away. Um, whole long story short, you just go to dc702.net. It has the whole story there. I don't really want to really cover it because it's fucking heartbreaking. Supposed to be all on the same team, but no, not really. Somehow these people fucking hate me, and I didn't do shit. I mean, 2020, I was just still trying to get over my mom's loss. But, yeah, and still pretty shitty. They came in my own Discord and called me names and fucking left. Fuck those guys. Um, but yeah, villages were fun. They were fun to go through. But what's really funny is watching these people do CTFs, and when they're doing CTFs, they're using ChatGPT to help them out. Why are we using AI now? That's fun. That's like cheating. Might as well just let AI handle everything for you. Our hacking village, kind of a disappointment in a way. They'd had a Rivian, so that's a better thing than a Tesla. We'll see different villages here and there. Somehow, Yellow Sheep just was really hard to find. It was in the packet hacking village, but that was like really secluded away that you couldn't really find when you're walking around anyways. You have to like be looking for the location. I didn't get to see who actually been caught on the sheep of walls. Wall of sheep. Game hacking GG's. What I didn't see is Hack Fortress. That was that was a, I guess they retired it maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they did. Um, IoT Village. Apparently that was a little big. Lockpicking Village, but cool. They're alright. Malware Village, which was pretty cool. Wish they would give it a better name though, but yeah, Malware Village works. Packet Hacking Village. Been around for a while. The new one that I've noticed for the past couple years is Maritime Hacking Village. Basically hacking things on the ocean. Um, and then they were pushing AI a lot. AI Cyber Challenge. That's what kinda really was not a cool thing. I don't not a fan of AI. Like I don't use AI. AI uses how I put it. Um, but seeing other people use it as they're dependent on it is frightening. It really is. Like forgetting how to do like your own creative thinking. Instead, you're just using a tool to do it for you. Red Team Village was definitely a different one. Very confusing. I had no idea what I was doing as a volunteer. So that's that. One thing I didn't do is Hacker Jeopardy. Instead, I ended up watching it like I normally do. Mainly because I don't drink, and that's a drinking. And you have to have a team with that, and I don't have teams. I'm teamless. I've been teamless for over 25 years now. Uh, I mean, if I had a team, I probably would have joined in and took and did some CTS and stuff like that, like I've always wanted to do. Um, what's fun is that, which is like basically they bring a vending machine where you can actually have shells on demand. Um, and they probably do other stuff too, but I never really looked into it till now. Yeah, vending machine hardware hacking project from an Hackware and retrofitted into an IoT CFA badge dispensing machine. Find enough flags on our web-hosted CDF platform, and you'll get a snacky dispense code. Punch it in the badge, vend for you. Oh shit, that sounds pretty. Uh, but I never really paid attention to it until now. Cube, adversary wars, CDF. Capture the flag, capture the coin. That sounds like a Bitcoin one. What else do they have? Scavenger hunt. Yeah, they had a few of those. Pretty. That was pretty cool to see. AI, more AI. Really? But Bandcamp, Hacker My Music. That was the fun thing about it, though. It's all the music that always attends. That's Skittish and Boss. You have Dual Core that showed up this year. Um, Probably gonna get to it. Capture the flag with Car Hacking Village. Basically, you just have to hack the Rivian, right? The Car Hacking Village CTF is a fun interactive challenge which gives contestants first-hand experience to interactive with automotive technologies. That's kind of cool. That's if you're into hacking, like from an ODB2. There we go. Or car bus and stuff like that. But that's not what I work on. If you haven't noticed what I work on, you just go to togiasouthwest.com or just come here every Thursday night. You'll see what I'm doing. Kenneth Ham. Do they have a lot of these contests going on? And the thing is about these contests is there's not many that can actually. It's like random on what contest will give you a chance to the black badge. There's so many different contests though, which is really cool. I think a really good one was the Dungeons Defcon, which is basically an RPG themed. I think if I do go next year, I'm gonna definitely come participate on that because that was actually really cool to see. I didn't participate in this year because I didn't understand it. So later on, um, later on, basically after that. So let's see, Kubernetes, Hacker Jeopardy. That's still a fun thing to watch. Rather watch it from home, but hardwired, Octopus the game. Red Alert, CTF, Spy vs. Spy. There's a lot that happened this year. I mean, the LVC is really big, so that means they can bring in more things, more challenges, more, more villages, more communities and stuff like that. Right. And of course, lots of talk. A lot of talking. All these talks you'll actually see on YouTube later on with the Defcon. So, and a lot of it has to do with well, there's actually one that's called HTTP 1.1 must die. Basically, that should have been dead a long time ago, but let's see here. Breaking them all, overcoming Pokemon Go's anti-cheat mechanism. Done that already. All I do is spoof. See, and this is what's frustrating. I have an actually good talk about mental health and stuff like that with my own story, my own coming of overcoming challenges and everything from a really bad tech experience. And this is like the third year I submitted for a talk on that and was denied. And you get stupid shit like freaking, what was it? Pokemon Go. How to overcome its cheating mechanism. You know, I can just explain that in 5 minutes. Help, Linux is in my webcam. See, this is what I don't get, man. I have an actual good story that I can tell that I can actually spend 20 minutes and doing a whole beautiful presentation. And then you get these random things like this, man. This is what's heartbreaking, you know, with a community like this. Like, you've been coming to this thing for 25 years, finally overcome your self confidence to actually build it up good enough to say, hey, I know I can do something like this. These talks is not that bad, and you know you can come up with a better talk. You can do a really good presentation, and figure if you do a good enough presentation, that you know you'll actually get noticed. Do cool things, and you know you're not a bad person. You're trying to show people you're not a this bad person, and you know trying to show what's going on and show like the horror stories of like things that has happened and whatnot. So, but then there's like these stupid talks, you know. There's like don't understand why they have it here. But then again, I said the same thing for many years of why they have these all these stupid talks. Yet I can actually have a good talk and good presentation. Yet there's like talks that are here that I don't understand why. And, and like this one talk for SCCM, that was actually not that bad because I used to work a lot. Well, I still do work a lot with SCCM. Actually, I'm pretty much a master at it at this point. Cyber volunteering. I don't know. There's a lot of like bad things, you know. When I try to step up something in this whole Defcon community stuff is like, you know, you try to become a speaker and you get shut down. Yet you see better people with really lame presentation skills. They have really lame talking. They are really, really bad at their own story and how they have bad stories to begin with. Shouldn't be here. And yet, I'm here trying to give a good, positive thing, especially mental health related, which we completely need at this moment in time. And, but then again, I also been bullied out of my own freaking DC 702, so it is what it is, and that's why I didn't want to go to Defcon. I was pretty much wanting to put it all behind me, because after freaking 25 years, Defcon, I just want to step away and just focus on Tokyo Southwest. I want to get back to drifting. I want to get back in my car and go drifting and rip tires, earn the respect once again, because I'd rather have that respect than keep on freaking fighting for this one. I mean, it would probably be a lot different if I was able to say, hey, I'm a CEO for this ISP, and, you know, and do some actual sponsorships and stuff like that. I bet if I was still a CISO for that ISP and was making that money, I bet I would still have that EC 702 now. That 101 that I would still have that because I would also have the hacker space. I would have the space completely open. I would have it all. You know, I would be. It'll probably be. I would be having more of the respect of the other people around me than I do now. Basically, I am a nobody because I'm not in that field anymore. But that's why I wrote the book, and you know, I don't know. It's just a lot of I'm basically kind of like really burned out in the whole hacking and you know the whole hacking situation and whole cybersecurity area and tech in general. That's true. But that is it. Um, you know, that's a good. That was the good. That was the bad. Here's a little ugly part about it. Let's look. Have some right. That I can find the map. Here it is. Here. All right. I'm gonna try to explain it as much as I can. See how it's like all weird stairs under like maze. There's a lot of walk. I mean, probably get like over 10,000 steps in like 2 hours. That's like just the main hallway. But that is, and that's that. Still have third floor, which basically is pretty far, pretty big, really good way to put this. Go open up, bring it over. Clear this off. So, convention center there. It's Paradise Road. So, sand. Okay. There's the uh, real quick. Something. So we get the Marriott right here. That. All right. So here's what I do. Here is the sports right. The Westgate parking garage used to have been free. Damn thing. Now you have to actually park and walk. So I park here, and I walk in front. I walk in front of the casino. Do the whole walking from here to here. Walk all the way around here, all the way down, and I have to walking all the way down over here because that's where the convention center is, right here. So we put walking down right here. That's a little walking there for ready. We're on Paradise ready here, all the way over here. Just get inside. That's inside. A little walking. It's really weird because then again, I never really measured how far that is from there. So then from over there to over away from here. Like I'm almost walking from here to the convention center. Have it here. Come in, I park here, then I walk. Walk through, I'm gonna walk away. Walk over here. I don't even take the outside. I don't even take the inside. I take the outside. So I'm getting that beating sun on my head. It's so hot. It was like 110, well, I had 112. Going through here. Well, it's actually on this side. Well, so we're coming from there. Gonna come back over here. I still walk here, down over here, all the way to there. Try to get over here to the Paradise Road. Bus there. I know I go there because landmark. I'm walking on the back side of that. through here, and I'm walking right over here. And this is where I convert from walking inside there to there. So, 110 degrees, no clouds at all. I come walking way over here. So let's see. Say here to say direction there to say from like a 15-minute, 13-minute walk. It's like I walk through 13 minutes. Oh, I guess that is 13 minutes. Like, but 8, like, almost a whole mile. 8, 5 miles, 5 miles here. It's like already. That's only halfway there, and I still have to get over here. And then you have to walk way up and down, everywhere inside. So that's a lot of work. A lot of walking. That's the ugly part. And then the other ugly part. Food, horrible, bad price. Papa John's is not the way they used to be. So I always avoid them as much as I can because that pizza tastes like the worst freaking take and bake that you get from the store. Yeah, people still buy it. You have the Metro pizza that's inside that sells like what, $12 a slice of pizza when that should have been at $10 a bottle of water, or was it 20? I don't know. I filled up my backpack full of like bottles of water, some energy drink, and my own little protein and bars that I ate throughout the day. Because I'm not paying $20 for a small little sandwich or $20 for a food truck item. The burritos did not look like they were being hooked up or anything. They were really bad. Plus, I was trying to stay keto. I stayed away from all those food trucks. I only had three. Had like a special type of Italian that actually did not have any good food in it. They had a southern food truck, which nobody stood in line for or even ordered from, or if there was anybody, I never seen. Then you have the Mexican food truck, which was a Mexican fusion or a Latin fusion, which was like most people were ordering from it, but that was like $20 for 3 tacos or $20 for a small burrito with chips. Yet I can go to Tacos El Gordo, which is about another half mile down the road, and get the same thing for half the price. Yeah, got all that, and yeah, didn't want to do all that. So yeah, that's the ugly thing about it. And I suggested, like for the second time, if you're gonna have it out LVC, look into getting more food because there's a huge space outside for them all to set up. They can probably do like their own. There's a lot of places around town that has good food trucks. Um, I know Fuck You Burger is still out there. FUKU. I like calling it Fuck You Burger. Yeah. Um, there's a few other places that still do food trucks in a way. Uh, they need to stay away from those Papa John ones. Those things are horrible. So I guess until they figure out a better way to bring back the original recipe. So I think that's pretty much it. My review. Um, I may not go next year. I think this is it. If I do go next year, it'll sure to my nephew because money to go. But other than that, it's pretty much. I think I'm done. Overall, Defcon's not what it used to be. It has gotten a lot bigger, but it feels like it's been more powering cybersecurity side of things and hacking. Even though a lot of the hacking teams are still there, it seems to be it is also draining away. So use of AI basically taking over the mind of the mind of the hack. Kind of saying goodbye. See how it goes. It is what it is. A lot can happen in a year. That's my review. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night.